I teach a 6-step sales process that walks the customer from the point of the initial introduction all the way to the point where the salesperson has earned the right and the customer is comfortable with you asking them to choose you for their project. Within the process, there's a series of checkpoints where the salesperson can take the prospect's temperature to make sure they're comfortable with the thought of using you as their contractor, which paves the way for you to move into the next stage of the process. So here's how it works. The first stage is called the opening stage, or the warm-up as some like to refer to it. I honestly don't care what you call it, as long as you understand the critical importance of you needing to spend time here. It's your goal in this stage to establish a degree of trust and rapport necessary to move into the next stage, which is called the needs assessment stage. Now, some of us like to refer to this stage as sort of the walk around, which is good, but it's not good enough. The walk around is very important because it does give you visual confirmation of what the project needs from a, application perspective, but it doesn't tell you anything about what the customer wants or needs from a contractor experience perspective. This is why I refer to this stage as the needs assessment stage. It focuses both on what the project needs and it focuses on what the client needs too. So once you have a solid grasp of what's needed from a project and a homeowner perspective, you're then going to move into the third stage, which I call the company story. This is the part of the process where you get to talk about who you are, how long you've been in business, and the many things you do that makes you different and better than anyone else they might hire. The best salespeople will shape their company story around everything they learned in the needs assessment stage, which I believe is a solid strategy. And after you tell your company story, I then suggest you ask something called the commitment question. This question is designed to see how the customer feels about the thought of using you on this project. Any response other than a positive one requires you to take a few steps back to address any concerns or question the prospect might have. Failure to do this will find you muscling your way through the process only to have them say no when you ask them for the sale. So after the customer affirms their belief in you as their contractor, you'll then move them into the design presentation stage. In this stage, you'll begin to breathe life into their project, allowing them to make choices and showing them all the steps that you'll take to ensure a successful outcome on their project. After the design presentation, we're going to ask another commitment question to verify the homeowner's commitment to the overall design and choices they've made, and then follow up with a trial close question that sets the table for you to deliver your price. That might sound something like this. Mr. and Mrs. Homeowner, other than the price, would there be any reason why we couldn't get your project started today? Now, assuming they say no, we then move into showing them their price. And in this stage, we outline all the costs associated with their project. Once we deliver the price, we then move into the final stage, which I call the close. This is the stage where you invite the prospect to make a commitment to you as their contractor. This final stage is the natural conclusion to the entire process. So when you step back and take a treetop perspective of the entire sales process, it should be easy to see how you're able to increase the customer's perceived value in you and earn the right to ask them to enjoy the many benefits of making you their contractor of choice.